first of all, welcome again, and it was really great to see so many guests here, and we can share our common view and see how we can help our patients. And you can see how the new Hope Fertility grows in the last 5 years, and our growth rate is really great. So I think, as Dr. Silva said, it's no secret. You do what's the best for the patient, and that's all about. And you can see our volume now is about 4,000 retrievals this year, and the retrieval cycles now is our cycle is #1 in the New York City. It's more than Cornell University and NYU University. So this is the good news, and I just learned it yesterday. Welcome to New York. So I think I don't need to go through all this. I think Dr. Silva already went through all this. I just want to emphasize our philosophy and our protocol. So I just want to get into the right to get on the point. Our really interesting cycle now is a natural cycle with a time intercourse, and we can stretch a little bit of time intercourse into in vitro fertilization. So we always remind our patients that when we say natural cycle, does not mean just go home and have sex. That's great. And when we say natural cycle, also means we can take your egg out to in vitro fertilization. So patients like this kind of idea, because they're usually being brainwashed by all the doctors. If you want to go for IVF, that means you need to get lots of shots. That means you may have multiple pregnancies. That's not the case with us. Can you set up some animation, some good animations? So I just want to show that the protocol about our minimal stimulation. Just want to make some comparison. So this is the slides you can see. The conventional IVF is harmful to your ovaries, and with a patient with a very, very high FSH, I'm not going to get into too much technical details. So the whole idea is when the patient has very, very limited ovarian reserve or with very, very advanced maternal age, but we will never see our female patients are old. When in New York City, we have to be very critically correct. And which is true, all our female patients are like burgundy red wines. They're getting better with time. I never said women are getting old. When they're getting more and more mature. And however, when they're getting more and more mature, their ovaries starting want to take a break and want to take a retirement. So that's why you push them hard with more medicine. It's just against the nature. So that's why for this kind of patient, the best option is really going through natural cycle, no drugs, or as Dr. Silva probably mentioned already, going through these very gentle stimulations. So what I really want to mention is one patient's story is that with very, as you can see, we keep talking about high FSH. The high FSH usually means you don't make many eggs. And that's, you may not know, but in our field, and it's a Bible, it's written in all the scientific books saying that if your FSH is higher than 15, you should be looking for a donor, which is absolutely not the case. In our center, we treat many patients FSH more than 35, have one child or 2 children. So, and when patients are usually very religious, we're asking your opinions. What should I do? My FSH high. I usually tell the patient. Just this morning, I just saw a couple of patients from Boston. I said, forget about FSH. FSH is not important. It's your age, but you have a regular period. You have a regular period, you're making eggs. That's all about. Don't even mention about the FSH. So this is really very important. I'm just going to skip all these slides and just see what I can show. This is okay. This is the patient. Probably, to our knowledge, is the oldest patient alive birth baby with her own eggs, and she conceived at age 48 and she delivered at 49. So, as you may know, if you're calling to any major IVF centers, which we were told the same, if a patient age is 43 or older and they decide want to get pregnant with their own egg, don't take them as a new patient, because we do treat anybody more than 43 years old trying to get pregnant with their own eggs. That's how I was trained when I was a fellow in the big institutions. So this really just means that even for they can have a live birth through IVF and using natural cycle IVF. Okay, I just want to show some cool animation. We spent 2 years to make, and if you guys interested to show it to your clients, or I'll be more than happy to give you this animation so you really can educate your friends on how this goes. This actually shows how the follicle grow in the ovaries, and it's really, really cool. But when you enjoy this slide, I just want to tell the mini idea. So what's the real difference between our approach and the conventional approach is really, instead of looking for as many eggs as possible, about 15 eggs from each patient, we're really only looking for 3 or 4 eggs. That's one difference between conventional or minimal stimulation. This is the sperm looking for the egg. It's like a James Bond movie. And the second difference between conventional IVF and mini IVF is it's really very easy on the female's body. You don't take so much chemicals. And it's really, really, really organic. It's really an organic approach. So you see, men's always very excited, and so researchers. So the egg are fertilized. Now the 2 nuclear joints become full cell bleeding. So second part of the mini IVF, different from conventional IVF, is just more natural, more organic. And third part is it's safe. You don't have hyperstimulation. You don't have multiple pregnancies. You don't have ovarian torsion. You don't go to the hospital. And so overall save the cost to the community because you don't produce so many complications. So as I always discuss with Dr. Sil, when you discuss about the cost of IVF, it's not just that IVF per se. When you create so much complications, when you deal with these complications, this also costs money. So this is really also important. I just want to show the ICSI procedures. Now, I just want to mention is that we're really going through a very organic way. Not only our approach is organic, even the treatment is very organic. You know, we saw from time to time we do see the patient who really don't like the idea of collecting sperm by masturbation. So we just give patient very convenient approach. We just do the post-coital sperm collection from cervix before we do egg retrieval. So patients don't really need to go crazy to try to collect sperm for the in vitro fertilization because we have to do retrieval. We have to get access to the patient's cervix anyway. So we just do a simple sperm flushing. You don't need post-coital test all the time looking for sperm. So see, this is a very organic approach. Anybody know what I just showed in the animation? I'm sure you all know it, right? It's a sperm injection. Can you show this?
Success rate the same taking it from the cervix?
It's the same because you only get one good sperm. Actually, the best sperm because only the good sperm still stay in the cervix. And so you basically, the Mother Nature already finished the sperm wash for you. So you really don't need to do anything. So we say, well, if it works, don't break, don't fix it. And if the wheels works, you don't need to reinvent the wheels. So why would I have to plug in sperm and do the washing, no matter how you do? Because I know, we wash our sperm at natural fertilization for the last 1 million years. And including, so it's really working very well. And for this reason, we get many patients come to us. Not, they don't even know you do mini IVF. They don't even know you do anything different. They only came here for a very simple reason. The husband don't want to do masturbation. So that's, we get a lot of patients. So
at what stage do you do the transfer, blastocyst to
usually we do blastocyst to transfer because we really want to make sure the embryo we're going to transfer are decent embryos. And we don't want to transfer, so you want to make sure the embryo transfer will have better chance to get pregnant. Since we talk about embryo transfer, I just want to show embryo transfer. This 3-dimensional animation is really...
What day is that after?
Typically 5 days after the retrieval. And the patient like to see this, you talk about for half an hour, they still don't understand what you're talking about. But when you show the images, they really, really like the idea. And another important thing with the gentle stimulation is that that will give patient chance to try more times. With conventional IVF, the drop rate is 40% after 1 or 2 conventional IVF cycles. 40% of patients don't come, not because they don't have the money, it's just too detrimental. Show you one more, then you can. I just want to show you one part of revolutionize the whole procedure, the oocyte freezing. This just shows the vitrification. The new technique we use is bring down the temperature from 37 degrees to minus 196 degrees within 1 second, which is in sharp contrast to the so-called slow freezing, which is the old-fashioned method, which is reduce the temperature 0.03 per second. So this is completely different. So there are lots of exchange going on. Basically, take the water molecule out and put in the cloud protector. That's the first step. Then you just bring down temperature really, really fast. So the egg won't have any chance to have the ice formation, which causes the damage to the egg. The ice is made of the crystals. So this just shows the way the freezing. Okay, so my talk is finished. And I actually 20 seconds I can donate it to David.
And I have to say that was a Jewish 2 minutes.